Hello everyone and welcome back. I know I've been gone for a while, not making any videos, only doing like small things here and there as far as the channel goes. But today I'm actually going to make a box fort for my rats, and I'm going to talk a little bit with you while I'm doing it. Might even have some time lapse sections here and there. When I don't have anything to say, when I just work. But I can talk a bit about where I've been and what I've been doing and what's going on with me and my weight loss and all of that while I do this. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these boxes out. And what I've been doing is I've been looking at, where am I going to place everything, and we're trying to design this thing, do like a blueprint in my head. And what I'm gonna do is, there's some stuff on the floor here. The whole apartment is pretty messy right now because I've been doing this. But I'm going to take an old towel, cut it up, and then glue it to the bottom of the floor here. And then I'm going to put all the boxes back in, and then work from the bottom up to gluing everything together. And of course, with glue, you gotta be careful when there's like pets around that like to gnaw and stuff. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the glue in places where they really won't be getting at, they won't really be getting to it. I'm going to make sure that my rats won't be able to get to it. So while I do that, I'll just, I am done with the internship that I was at, in connection with my education. So I was there for two months, and during that, I learned a lot, but I was also, I was pretty flexible. I might have told this before, but I'm in an education to become a chef or a cook, whichever, it's basically the same thing. Here in Sweden, we don't really have a different word for the other one, but during the internship itself, got a drink here, so I gotta put the lid back on in case I knock that bastard over. At the internship, I was pretty flexible as far as what I did in the work. I was both a cook, and I was also a server, and I did the cashier. So I did everything, and during that time, I had it was pretty, not tough, but it was an okay regimen for my working out. In the morning, I went out, I got up at like 4 a.m. and then, you might not see it here, but I got a yoga mat here. And I did like a short yoga routine followed by some dumbbell routines. Get it in the shot, there we go. Do a pump. Hell yeah, baby. And then I went out for a walk, I drank some coffee, did that, and then went out for a walk, and it would take like 1.5 hours. And then I went down to the gym, did 45 minutes on a treadmill times 2. I might have done a video about this before, but I'm just going through too long didn't read sort of thing. I'm gonna have to cut this thing about here, I think, by this blue line, or maybe have some added one. I'd rather want to have a little bit too much that I can cut away later than have too little and have to fiddle along with it. But I'll stick to just along here. Back to the story. Now, and I did that, and then I came home, had my breakfast and all of that, and then I went up to the internship and did 8 hours there, and then I came home. And during that 2 months, I lost about 15-16 kilos, which I think translates to somewhere between 30 to 35 pounds in America. I have no idea how many stones, so that's not really anything I can tell for the Anglo people out there, and I did pretty well, you know. But now that the internship is over, I've gone back to school, and they've gotten new regulations where they can only be one group in school at a time, so we all have 1 day each. And the most recent regulation has been we can't have any theory, we can only have the like practical in-kitchen cooking lesson once a week. So we are going to get logins for like Google Classroom, that sort of thing. So I got a lot of free time on my hands. Well, currently I've got till next Wednesday where I have no homework at all. So I'm making use of my time now, but you know, in general, still, even if I had homework, I would still be, you know, I would have the whole day to do a little bit of homework each day, a couple of hours each day maybe. But I have gone into a regimen that's, you know, I guess sort of double what I've been doing before. I've cut down on my daily walks. Like I used to do 20,000 steps all at once in the morning, but I cut it down to a minimum of 10,000. And instead of having one long morning walk, I have made it so I have 2 sessions in gym where I go down twice a day. So, but I usually get it over with in the morning. I get up at 3:30 in the morning, do my little yoga routine, my dumbbell routine. Then I go to the gym and I do 45 minutes times 2 on the treadmill. And each 45-minute session or run or whatever, even though I don't run, I do like very brisk walking. It's not even like power walking, it's just like very quick walking pace. And each 45-minute session, I aim to hit at least minimum 650 to 700 calories. And the machine shows you how much you've burned. Though it's not, of course, it's not like a exact, but for me, it's good for me to, you know, keep track of, you know, the numbers I get. So I text myself the number I get, and then I put it down in my calorie journal. And then I do that one more time. You know, I come home, and if I have any homework, I do homework for 1-2 hours while eating some food. And if I don't, I just chill out and, you know, just eat something. And then I go back down, do the same thing, and then I'm done for the day. And usually by that time, it's only 10 or 11 a.m. So I still have the whole day to do whatever I want here at home, you know, like do more homework or chill with my rats, or you know, play some games, you know, whatever it is, you know. So, but of course I gotta get to bed at 8 p.m. But for me, that's a pretty good trade-off. Actually, I'm pretty happy with the trade-off. So now, as you can see, you might not be able to see here, but over here I have, this thing is far too long, so I'm gonna have to cut this thing, and it's not gonna be very easy because I want it to, you know, match as closely as I can, because I'm going to glue this thing at least in the edges and maybe in the middle, so I don't want the rats to be able to get at the glue. But I think this will be good, you know. I'll have to cut just a slight bit at a time. So I'll do like here. I think this will be This will give a little bit of margin to work with, and then I'll just cut it down even more as I go. And on this side I have a very slight, maybe like 1-2 thumb or inches or whatever you call it, to cut. So I think I'll focus on this part for now and just make sure that I get it properly aligned. Probably won't be a problem if there's a slight gap, but just, you know, to be sure, so we won't accidentally poison the little rat babies here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's fine, I think. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Didn't even, yeah, that's pretty good actually. Because there's gonna be, I'm gonna have the box here, so if there is anything I can just lay it down like this and put it on top like that. But if, you know, I really want to be fucking autistic about it, I can just do this. Keep cutting it. I hope I'm not in the way, but you know, the camera work is gonna be a bit 50-50 until I have enough money to get like a real proper camera I can plug in, or maybe something wireless, you know. And the quality is gonna be what it is, you know. I hope this isn't too bad for y'all. I'm gonna take a little sip, mix some lemonade with some water here, and it's like sugar-free, calorie-free, whatever. It's instead of soda. Managed to cut out all soda out of my life, so I'm pretty happy about that. But to keep on going with my workout regimen, I don't feel, I don't really feel that I'm doing very intense, even though I'm doing double what I did before. It's technically it's not very that intense, because I start off each session with the fullest incline that the machine is able, and it has, like I said, it has a monitor and it shows like bars how much you're doing. So I do a couple of bars and then I go down a step, so I lower the incline and lower the speed a little bit, and then I keep going step by step, and in 45 minutes it gets easier to the longer I keep going, and I reach between 650 to 800 calories sometimes. But sometimes I also, I shift up and down in both speed and incline as I go down. Sometimes I'm more energetic, some days I'm more energetic than others. So, that's just how it is. Plus, I aim to eat just 900 to 1300 calories a day. So, and I keep the journal. So, you combine all that, and I have a pretty good, as long as, for me personally, as long as I have some numbers to work with, I'm pretty happy, That's because it keeps me going. It's a goal, that's attainable, instead of just saying, oh, I'm doing like 45 minutes, multiple times a day, and then I go home and eat something and I don't know where I am, and I might overeat or something, So for me, it's a perfect method to just make sure that I keep on track. And I know I gotta keep going. I've been doing it for like maybe 1 or 2 weeks now. So I'm just in the starting first startings of it. I did like a month of I bought protein powder and did muscle workouts and all that, and I gained some muscle weight. I'm definitely a bit beefier than I were before, but now with Christmas coming up, and you gotta buy presents for your little sister and your nephew and all that. Then I figured, hey, you know what? I've done good enough with the muscle for now. I won't buy more protein powder. I'll just go back to doing just cardio, but I double it up a bit so I can lose more weight. And I had actually gone up from 75 kilo to 78, and then just in general, and then I you know, like a week ago, I stepped on the scale again, and I was at 80 kilos. I was like, okay, well, I gotta do this, and you know, get my weight down. So I'm going to go back to my goal weight of 75, and then after that, I'll keep going, push, and see how far I can push my weight down, and see, you know, where I plateau, if I can reach 70 or 65 or even 60. But of course I'm still going to eat. I'm not going to do any like water fasting or any dumb shit like that. Like, because you know, I know that doesn't really work. Like, oh yeah, you can lose lots of weight if you water fast, but you know, you're gonna earn it all back when you gain it all back when you start eating again, because suddenly you have a bunch of calories coming in, and if you don't do the extra workout to burn it, then you'll gain it back. So gotta make it a bit more, you know, health minded than that. So that's where I've been as far as my, you know, workout goes. And then there is some sad news. I have had to say goodbye to my two little albino boys, Julius and Brutus. And what happened was Julius developed a neurological disease where, you know, his balance got affected, and sometimes if a pet gets an issue like that, they can still live, but they will be walking wobbly and they'll fall over. But he very quickly got worse. He eventually, like in a couple of days, became a vegetable, and he just laid on his side, twitched his back legs, and peed all over himself, and he couldn't walk. He couldn't. I had to help him eat and drink, and eventually I just felt that, you know, that's, you know, he's not living a life worthy living, and I had to put him down. And I put him down, and I went to the forest and buried him in, I had a little, you know, like a calzone pizza box where they were actually sleeping in the cage. So I put some hay in it, put him in there, wrapped him in a towel, and closed the box, taped it around, and I buried him in the forest next to where I buried my old grandma at. And a couple of days later, Brutus choked on something he ate. I was, you know, on the computer doing my gaming thing, and I heard him, you know, hacking and coughing, and I was like, what's happening? And I went over to him, and I saw that there was something, like his throat was bulging a bit. So I was like, oh God, he's choking. So I took him out, and I tried to use my finger to help and try to get the thing out, and I even used like a Q-tip to try and like push it down into his stomach, but nothing I did worked. And eventually he just became limp, and he died in my hands. And that, you know, I that was pretty rough, you know. You know, it fucked me up. You know, I lost both of them, both the little brothers, and you know, I was, you know, kind of an emotional wreck. And I went and I buried him too next to his brother. And I had been thinking like, okay, well, one of them died, I'm going to have to get a new rat, and then, you know, I'll keep taking care of them. But after losing both of them, I got into this mindset where I was like, you know, I don't want to, you know, this is fucked up. I don't know if I can deal with this. You know, I don't know if I can take losing any more rats. But eventually I went through the process, and, you know, the grieving, and, you know, they were my little babies, you know, I loved them to death, you know. But I have gotten 2 new baby boys. One is like a half albino. I think he's got red eyes, but he's got some coloring on his fur still, on his head. He's got like a brown hair just on the head, like a little hat. His name is Cinnabon, because the first thing he did when I got him here and put him in the cage, he started eating one of the pieces of Cinnabons that I had put in there. So, and the other guy, the other little baby, he's gray and white. I named him Vildsvans, which means wild tail in Swedish. Because he was a bit of a wild card. He jumped around and zoomed around. He seemed pretty happy actually with where he was. So I figured, why not? I try to give them names that mean something. So that was pretty good in my book. So I've used a contact glue here, and I used a brush, spread it out a bit, just try and cover everything up. So now I'm gonna just let it dry up, just to get the first position down. As I said, there's gonna be some flappage here, but that's fine. I'll just be able to cover that later. Same with this side here, some flappage. So this is fine. It's a good start. So yeah, that's the rat situation. I still have 8 rats. All the girls are doing fine. I see. I'm using the old running wheel for this. It's still a bit wobbly, and I put some like table and chair, like foot pads here, to stop it from making noises when they run in it. Because this is old and rickety, so I'm putting it here. But the girls have gotten a new one made out of solid wood, and they like it a lot. I've seen all of them running in it. And I'm gonna get the boys one next time I get money. So we're gonna give them all a chance to work out and do cardio, right? So this is it so far. I think that now I'm going to shut up for a bit and just work, and we will start the speed up time section here, the time lapse section. Thank you very much. English, very easy to say. So yeah. Alright, so most of it is done. The glue is on, and I put, towels so the rats will have an easier time running up and down the cardboard, but also to cover some of the glue here so they won't really get at it. But I think this is gonna hold pretty well. Though of course we will see, rats, they can be kind of heavy, some of them. I've got one fat fuck in there, one of the boys, but I think it might hold, and if it doesn't, then I'll just have to, we'll see how it goes. So now it's just to place all of the other things that's gonna go in here. The water jug or the water bottle is here, made a hole for that. This here is going to be like the litter box area. I'm gonna put, well, it's not sand, but it's not with pellets in here, paper pellets. Also gonna get the food bowl in here. There we go. We're gonna put that thing down here somewhere along that line. So let's put some of the litter in here. Actually, I could probably just get the box out, or I just do this first. Fuck it. Let's make it easy. Let's just make it easy for myself, huh? Something like that, I think. A bit more. I'm gonna make sure there's a bit of a layer. Make sure that it absorbs properly. Something like that. Then I have some rocks here. Rats like to sit on the rocks and pee and whatnot, so we're gonna put them there. I thought I had another one, but it seems I might have mislaid that one, but that's fine. I'll just add some more some other time. There we go. I'll just do it like this. There we go. There we are. And there we are. And now it's pretty much done, I would say. Except, gotta fill the water bottle up. And there's a lot of trash. Didn't have to use all of my old towels. That's good. I'm just gonna grab some of these looking things and just put them to the side so I know where I have them for later when I throw them away. I used all of the glue that I bought, so hopefully there's a tiny squirt of it left in there, so I won't throw this away in case I need to use it again. Who knows? Probably might be of use. This one, I think I might still keep this towel. It's still good enough. Just cut this part away. But that's all the trash here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to vacuum and stuff in here later. But yeah, that's how it is when you make a rat box fort. It gets a bit dirty. But yeah, that's it. So let's put the girls in here and see what they think. Here, there we go. I realize now that you won't really be able to see the girls here. You're not in the right, well, you might see them a little bit, but they seem pretty interested about where they might be. Climbing around, sniffling around. Alright, well it seems that the ramps are holding. Since Polly is the heaviest one of the girls, she's the biggest one. So there we go. Yeah, it seems like everything is going well. They seem to be very interested. And they can climb around. Yeah, I think this is considered a success. I made another box fort for them last year in the summer. So I think maybe at least Queek and Polly, I had the two girls back then, I only had two boys as well. And I think Polly and Queek are getting some memories from being in a box fort before, so I think they might be enjoying it. And both the girls were on this ramp here, Polly and Olympia, and the glue held, so yeah, she's trying to get her cardio on. No. she got a bit of tape. So there we go. Didn't see that. There was a little bit of tape there that I missed. But you know, that's fine. I got her. So yeah, I'm gonna leave them in here, let them explore a bit. Gonna fill the water can and put some food in the food bowl. But other than that, I'll just let them explore, let them climb around. Since I got them on the living room table, and it fits pretty much. Yeah, it fits pretty much. You know, it aligns pretty well. I'm just gonna have to fiddle a little bit with it. I think there we go. Yeah, that looks all right. Yeah. So they won't really be jumping down and jumping up. Oh, some of the girls, some of them like to jump off the sofa. So that's why I have the high walls. It's so they look out and then they see the drop to the floor and they won't jump that high. But when they're on the sofa or on this, the edge of this play box here, it's not as high, so they like to drop to the floor. The boys don't do that though. They're much more docile and easy to deal with. See, so she's looking and she's weighing her options, but it doesn't see. Yeah, she does not want to jump down on the outside. That's much too far for her. So that's good. Getting good results. Success. So I'm just gonna leave them there. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna have to, stop the recording now and do some editing. I'll probably do it tomorrow or on Sunday. It's Friday now. Friday the 4th, I think. Yeah, it's Friday the 4th. Thank you guys for watching, and I will eventually get you some more content, be it working out or rat stuff. So yeah, thank you for watching. See you guys next time.